and then I'll show you that introduction to the object-oriented analysis and design. So in this, what you have to understand, the session 1, overview of object-oriented system and development, and object basics, object-oriented system and development life cycle. You try to understand, you already studied software life cycles. What is software life cycle? During the software development, what are the phases you have to go? What are the first phase? What is the second phase? Like this, you studied SDLC concept. You studied. So first, when you receive the problem from the client, what is the first step you have to do? You have to analyze the problem to understand. For example, when you want to do projects, what is the first step you have to do? You have to analyze that problem. Why we have to analyze that problem? While analyzing this problem only, you will understand the entire problem clearly. So the entire concepts, why we have to study object-oriented analysis and design, to understand the problem logically. Because any problem you take it, any program you take it, first thing you have to understand logic. You have to find out the right logic, exact logic, which will give you the solutions. About this entire subject, object-oriented analysis and design, this subject, what is the important of the subjects to find the logical. So the logic solutions, through logic, we have to find the solution. How we can find out the solution? By this steps only. We'll have to see that object-oriented analysis and design. We have to do analyze, and then we have to do design, and then testing. So these are the steps you have to follow. So that is very important of this subject. So object-oriented analysis, why it is very important? When you're going to the industry, first, these are the phases you have to move first. When you receive the problem from the client, you have to analyze it. After analyzing this problem, you have to go for design. After designing this problem, you have to go for implementation. After the implementation, you have to go for testing. These are the steps you have to go. Don't think that when you sit in the industry, you are straight away writing the code. It is not at all possible. First, documentation should be a proper documentation, because you will be conducting more than 5 meetings or 10 meetings, even sometimes 20 meetings, 20 sittings. You are with your team leaders and your developers, and then now your clients all are sitting together and then finalizing the problems, what actually they want to develop. So whenever they are sitting in the meeting, they will record all those things. What is the first meeting? They discuss what is the requirements here. The requirement analysis is very important. You have one of the tool requirements. Requirements Pro is one of the tool also there. So the first thing is you have to study exactly the requirements. For example, the ATM machine is there. ATM machine is one of the product, right? There are softwares also used inside. But before this product coming to the market, what is the analysis they done? This is the concept, something somebody is told, the ATM machines came nowadays, we are using, we are experiencing, we are touching feel the ATM machines. But before coming to this market, how it was done? There are so many meetings, and there are so many concepts are coming. They analyzed, and then finally they found a solutions, that logical solution. That logical solution they found through this object-oriented analysis and design. So we'll have to discuss now. So what is this object-oriented analysis and design? So here you see this is a popular techniques, which is, look at this PPT, analyzing, designing an application, systems or business. By applying the object-oriented paradigm, I'll teach you next object-oriented paradigm means what. I will explain you the program, and visual modeling throughout the development life cycle for better communication and product quality. Any product, not only this ATM machines, you take it any other in the market, whatever products are there, even mobile also another product. Mobile also another product. There are tablets are available. There are so many, whatever you see that even ticket when missing also it's another product. Everything, the quality is very important. So to ensure the proper quality, you have to undergo, there are so many steps. The first step is analyzing. Analyzing means the problem need to be analyzed properly. Why should be analyzed properly? To understand the problem very clearly. Very simple example, whenever you write the C programming, what is the first step you do? That is under C. That is what we are making you to understand what is the industry process. Because when you're sitting in the industry, when you get the job, what is the first step you are going to the industry? Because there are some students from the analysis and design is very important. Any problem solving the industry, which going through these two phases, very important phases, analysis and design. Even though there are so many tools available, there will be a discussion again and again. They are solving the problem. They will take the problem and analyze it. They will find out the inner insights. So insights meaning is actually what is important, what is actual requirement, that they have to understand while analyzing the problem only. So you can easily remember. So what is the steps you can easily remember? Any problem we are going problem solved in the industry, first thing is analyzing. analyze it many times. You just analyze the problem, then you go for design. Even now, if you are not able to understand this, just important thing, your basic thing you can easily understand. When you write the C program, what we will do, first we will write algorithm, step by step procedure. Step by step procedure you will be writing in English. So why you are writing in English? Computer will not understand the English. Whatever the English statement you written, that you can only understand. So you write an English statement, right? So to understand the problem very clearly, swapping up two values, we know the logic, because already you are not found that logic. You are not finding that logic. You already somebody found the logic. Any new problems given to you, you have to find out the logic. So that is why any problem given to you, that you have to analyze it properly. While analyzing only you can understand. That's why we'll write step by step procedure. Right, step 1 what we have to do, steps 2 what we have to do. Like this, you just write on steps and then you analyze what is the actual logic we have to find out. And then design. Next you see, it's everything if you're writing in the English statement, it's not readable, it's not easy to understand clearly. We are putting in the diagrammatical manner, so graphical manner. Just draw it in a diagram so that you can understand. That is a design. So that you already practice very basic concept, functions and procedure. You practice already very traditional concept. Now we are going with the object-oriented concept. Same analyzing and design, we are doing with the object-oriented concept. That is what our subject. But previously, the same thing we done in C programming. You just written algorithm, you just written a flow chart so that you understand the problem. Finally, you are going for coding. The same thing we are doing with the rational rows. So here we have one of the important software tool is available, which will be used to analyze this, analyze the problems and then design the problem, and then we can go for coding also. Here we'll complete the design in the class diagram. When you complete, automatically you get the code. Here you will be getting the code skeleton easily here. That is the importance of the rational rows. Keep this goal. Rational rows is one of your software. You are doing lab in this software only. What is important in this software? You just complete your analysis, you design everything and you complete. Code will be generated automatically. Keep remember this one. Code will be generated automatically. So once the skeleton is created, means you will be writing the action. So you will write addition of two numbers. If the skeleton is created by the software, but you have to write the actions. So here the skeleton is created by Java. You will be taking the skeleton here, how it is created with the class name, and then whatever the classes we use, everything created as a skeleton. In this, based on the problems given, further you have to write in the functions, that is action. What are the tasks need to be completed? That need to be written here. So that is why this is what the subjects. So object-oriented analysis means what you have to do. First you have to analyze, and then you have to design. Then you go for implementation. That implementation is at the end already skeleton is given. You write on the code, right? So that is what object-oriented program. You just understand this object-oriented word is giving the meaning to analysis and design. Analysis and design is meaning. Already I told you this. Analysis you done already. Now we are going to do analysis and design using object-oriented concepts. You got idea? So now what we are doing now, the word is added object-oriented. Already you are familiar with analysis and design. When you write the C programming, already you are familiar. You written algorithm, you written a flow chart, then you go for written a programming. That is analysis and design. Already you are familiar. Now one step ahead, what we are added now, object-oriented analysis and design. About which is most important here, the object-oriented is very important, because it's a very important concept in object-oriented. C# is there, object-oriented, AngularJS also object-oriented. There are many concepts are object-oriented. Why? Because simplicity. Object communications are very easy, and then model, when you maintain objects are very easy. So that is a concept in objects. So right. So object-oriented programming group is a method based on the concept of objects, which are data structure that contain data. What is for these objects? Object is a place where we can store the data. The class is an object, we'll discuss later. But simply you can understand, it is also kind of data structure. It is also kind of data structure where you can store the data. So when you maintain different objects, for example, I'll tell you, student is objects, teacher, we are also separate objects, and classrooms, infrastructure as a separate objects, and whatever placement is a separate object. So everything is a different entity. Keep remember, are listening to me? So everything is a different entity. When you create different objects like this, there is a communication is very easy. From the student, you can communicate easily with the teacher objects. So teacher is one of the teacher. What is available in the teacher object? It's all it's a data structure. There the data is stored inside. There are whatever the data is required, everything is available inside this entity, inside this object. So teacher objects. And student objects, students side whatever is possible, everything, every actions are written in a code, it is available in the student objects. And whatever is interaction with the infrastructure, and then that is separate objects. And whatever with the placement, that is separate object. You try to understand. So when you do like this, object-oriented communication, why it's coming? Because previously, what is the problem with the procedure-oriented concepts? There are procedure-oriented. You see, there are questions in the interview also. What is procedure-oriented programming? What is object-oriented programming? You cannot give definition. If you give definition, definitely you just muck up the Indian book like this, only they will understand. You have to talk like this, industry what is going on, object-oriented concept means what, procedure-oriented concept means what, like this you have to speak. That is what their expectation. So the students understood clearly. So procedure-oriented programming means what? In C, when you write the C programming, I'll show you now. Pre-processing statement. What is pre-processing statement? See, the meaning itself is there. What is pre-processing? Pre-processing means before starting the main function. So compiler always start with the main function only. You understood? Compiler always going to main function only. Before going to start this main function, it has to execute the pre-process statement. Pre-processing is before processing it has to do. So whatever is the required file, it should be added in the file itself. So has include, the include is a folder which contains this header file. Student.h is available, ctype.h is available, string.h is available. Like this, there are many C programming files we kept as header files. When you put .h means header file. So these files we have to include. So this are all available as C programming only. So this is called procedure-oriented programming. Procedure means what? You write, take an input, process it, and finally bring the output. So there are two things only: input, process, output. This procedure you have to follow for all the problems. These are previous older methods. From C programming, nowadays also we are using C graphics, we are using. There are even say your Windows also written C and C++ only. It is also most powerful language. C is the first language, very powerful language. Because from this language only other programming languages are developed. So that is why we should not forget the C language. But concepts, if you understand once any program you take, if you understand the concept clearly, that will be useful to study any advanced languages. Many you take C#, you take it, and when JavaScript you take it, AngularJS you take it, React.js you take it, Node.js you take it. Everything is a programming language. Here also you are writing the function. There also you are using the if statement, for loop statement, while statement. All the programming syntax, whatever you are using, same thing you are using, but syntax difference is there. So the C syntax something different than C++ syntax. C++ syntax something different than Java syntax. So syntax are different, but meanings are same. Programming meanings are same. That's what we are asking the students to thorough with one program. Any one program you have to thorough. Even when you attend the thesis interviews, when you attend the Infosys interviews, they will give programming. There is a coding test is there. The coding test, they will give two programming. So in the two programming, the online editor is available, and this you have to type the program and then you execute. What output is coming, that you have to save. So this AI, that is this whatever you done programming, that will be analyzed by the software. Your program is correct or not. What is the logic? What is the efficiency? And execution time is reduced or not. Everything the automatically software will calculate whether you done good programming or not. It will give you a program. Everybody will ask the swapping of two values. So still out of listen, it is related to our subject also, because in the introduction part we have to understand the procedure-oriented programming problem. Procedure-oriented programming, what is the drawbacks, right? What's the pitfalls, and then we have to understand this object-oriented programming, why it is advantage. So that is why I'm starting with one C programming. Next I'm starting with another C++ programming. I'll make you to understand. But so far, out of 25 students. So for some students other students, most of the students may know that you may then know that the swapping of two values logic. There are still some students not knowing any programming concepts. That is what I'm telling you. You have to understand clearly. You have to practice at least the small program you have to execute. That will create you confident, right? So for example, swap, you start with a function, main function. Here the return is int. So void return also, void main also you can write. If you write return int means the return value will be integer values only, 0 or 1 or some values will be returned, right? So now in this online GDP you have to write with the return values only, then only it will work. And then here you see this two variable I declare, totally three variable I declare. for the swapping. Already you know the logic also. See that number 10, number 20. These two values I taken. So number 1 is one of the 10 I stored, number 2 I stored 20. So variable, why we have to declare variable? Variables, while compiler when coming to check that variable, so it is first two things will be done. One will be, it will be checking the syntax, whether you follow the C syntax or not. Int, right? So integer, data types already you know that. Integer is there, float is there, character is there, whether you follow the right syntax. So compiler will check. Compiler also one of the C program. It is available. So that when you do for compiling, when you WC and all, you press Alt 9. So when you do compiling, first you check the syntax error. Next it will allocate the memory. The integer is there, integer here also there. It will allocate the memory. So integer 2 bytes memory will be allocated. So why? Because the space is created inside the computer. Why? Because you have to store these 10 values and 20 values. Now what is our problem? Here swapping up two values. You understand? You just relate to object-oriented analysis in the design. Here you are analyzing this problem. See here the problem is given to you, swapping up two values. How we can swap? So I have 10 is a values, 20 is a values. So 10 is a values in one position, 20 is a values in another position. Now what I have to do swapping? 20 should come to 10 position, 10 value is available. Now 10 is going to 20. So now look at this one. So this is what the concept they told. You just understand this analysis and design. You will be writing the algorithm first. What for you? Simply you are not writing English statement. You are according to this problem. What is your logic? You just first you take the input. That is your this already somebody told. That's why you are thinking that way only. But this problem is new, means you have to think in your own way. Because swapping up two values, factorial number, and then Armstrong number, prime number, everything somebody found the logic. You myself not found that logic. When the problems are coming, new things, for example, they are given 1000 values. Out of 1000 values, you have to find out that what are the even numbers are there, what are the odd numbers are there. How to find out that number of even numbers, and how to find out that within 1 to 100 what are the starting with the value is 1 or starting with the value is 0. Something. If you give the logic like this, then you are finding the new logic. So think like this. You don't think that there are small simple problem will be given to you. There are some problem which will make you to think more time, finding the proper logic. So that's what I'm telling. Here you understand any problem clearly. Here the object-oriented analysis, why this object-oriented analysis is coming, because it is suitable for the larger problem solved in the industry. So now I have to make you to understand from the small problem how the concepts already used in your program for first year and second year, whenever subject you studied, there itself you experience the concept. That is what I want to tell you. Because analysis and design, now we are going to study object-oriented. With the object-oriented, we are going to study. But already you are experienced with the same concept in C programming. That is what I am going to tell you now. Now I am going to teach you the C programming. I will write you this object-oriented programming concepts. Next in the C++, how this object-oriented analysis and design done. I will make you to understand like this. Then the subject is very easy. Because the subject is only thing is by demo only you can understand. By demo only you can understand the subject. The subject is very easy for you. It's every time 100% is set from this subject. Because subject is very easy. Only thing is how to make you to understand what is the subjects. Right? So now look at this one. The variable declared. I told you when your compiler is a compiler will. There are two tasks per compiler. The person also asked in the interview, what is the use of this compiler? You have to give immediately that answer. So how you can immediately give answer? When you muck up the paragraph, you will not give answer. When you execute the program and you understand this, the way how the programs are executed by the compiler, then only you can understand. So now I'm telling that I know compiler what is doing. So compiler will find out the syntax error. And compiler will take bulk of codes only. It will not take code one by one. Interpreter only take the code one by one. Compiler will take the whole codes together and finding that is there any syntax in the C. Because already is a defined codes. Int is there, and then you see that printf statement already it's available in studio.h. I told you. The studio.h is nothing but standard input-output operations. There are printf and scanf function defined already. Why it is? It's a ready-made files. It's a library files. We cannot write every time this getting the input and printing the output as our own programming. Use a defined program. We cannot write. I don't want to waste time on this. If there are some frequent tasks, there are some common functions, we can write a separate library file. That is what they done in the pre-process statement itself. Studio.h is there. So now these two values I assigned. This is assignment statement. Number 1, listen to me carefully. Number 1, 10 I assigned. Number 2, 20 I assigned. And printf statement, you see, I'm just printing these values. So here the percentage of t. See, this is a control string. The percentage of t, and here also percentage of t is given. Why this percentage of t here? What type of variable this? Now, one is an integer. If it is an integer, you have to give percentage of t here. So why this is number 1? Number, whatever you give within double quotes, it will be printed. It will be displayed in the console window. Understood? Number 1 is coming to your console window. Number 2 also coming to the control window. But what about this control string? Its name, the meaning is control string. Meaning is there, is there. Okay, you can understand this meaning. Control string. What control string? What is this values? Number 1, what is the value is available? 10. It is an integer. So integer. So in this place, the 10 will be printed. And in this place, 20 will be printed. Try to understand. So far, if you are not confident with the C programming, listen to me carefully. Right? This is a very easy one. So now, in the place 10 I am printing, in the place I am printing 10, 20. So now values are ready. So now number 1 is one of the place where I have 10 values. Number 2 is a 20 is there, where I have the 20 is the values. Just look at me. Very good. So now look at this one. Number is, see, in the computer, when compiler looking at the variable, it will allocate the memory for the variable. Number 1 is one of the variable, there is assigned, 10 is a value is assigned, assignment is done, and number 2, 20 is done. So what is our programming logic here? We have to swap the values. What swapping we have to do? 20 should come here, 10 should go there. But what is the logic we can apply? Already we know the somebody found the logic. Now without temporary variable we cannot do. Without temporary variable also we can do. There are two concepts are there. One is using temporary variable you can swap the values. Another one is without temporary variable also you can swap the value. That is addition, subtraction we have to do. Now we'll try with the 3 variable. One is we have to do the we can take the temporary variable. So now we just apply your logic knowledge here. So how we can swap the values? Already you know the logic also. Just think about now. What is the logic you have to apply here? So here 20 I have to bring here, 10 I have to bring here. How I can bring? I have to introduce another variable. That is one, then only it is possible now. So you try to understand logic like this only you have to find other programming also. It is already familiar program. Already if you know, then okay, no problem. If you're not familiar, just try to understand. So already the problem is given like this. The problem is given like swapping up 2 values. This is the problem is given. Now you have to analyze it. How I can find this logic? So 10 is one position, 20 is another position. How to swap these 2 values? This is what the problem is given. Now you go into the first stage, that is analysis. Analysis means what? We have to find out the logic. But what is the first step we have to get? We have to do the take the values. Take the input values. 10 and 20 are taken. That is the first step, input values. What's the second step? Next, the logic, the process. How I have to swap these values? What is the logic I can form? That is a procedure. Then the last one is after getting the right value, after swapping those values, I have to print it. This is a procedure you have to follow. This is not a procedure oriented. The function is a procedure. When you study networking concept and all, RPC, remote procedure call is there. Remote method invocation. You study in Java also. The same concept. If you understand this one, the same procedure applied here there also. You understand? So now you see this. Now I want to swap these values. That's why I'm introducing the variable here. What is the variable here I'm using? Temp is a variable. You look at this program. The programming I use the temp variable. So here you can same variable you can use it, no problem for your understanding. The temp I used here. So what is the first step I can do? So I have num1 is having the values 10. So that is why I'm assigning the values num1. See if I assign these values, what is actually happening here? Temp equal to what is the values now? 10. Understand? But what is happening in the num1? Num1 is empty. Num1 is empty. You understood? Nothing is here because I assign these num values to temp. Try to understand. This is how you have to explain the interview also. You just say you know everything, but if you are not able to make you to understand the interviewer, then you are loser only. So clearly you have to make them to understand. So num1, whatever available values, it is assigned to temp. The next thing is now what is available the temp? 10 is available. Now what is the num1 is? Num1 is what is it? It is free only. Now it empty. There is no values here. Now I can assign the values. What is the values? Num2 I can assign. What actually happened here? So num1 now already empty. In this place, what I am assigning here? 20. Now replace the values or not? All of listening, no? In the place num1, I am assigning the num2. Why? Because num1 already assigned to temp variable. So 10 is assigned here. So num1 is empty. In the place I am storing that num2. So 20 is saved here. Now what happened? Now num2 is empty. Now what happened? Num2 is empty. Num1 equal to num2 is because num2 value is assigned here, num1 is here. So num2 is now num2 is what is the value here? Num2 is empty now. Num2 is empty because in the num1 position, what is the value is coming here? 20 is coming here. So now what is the value? What is the next step we can do now? Just look at this one. The num2 empty now. In the place num2, what we can do, we can assign the values. So num2, what is the value? Now it is empty. Then what we can assign? Temp we can assign because temp1 is having the values of 10. You understand? Now what is the values num2? Num2 equal to 10. Now swapped or not swapped? It is swapped. So now what is the values in num1? Num1 is a 20 is available because num2 I assigned. Num2 I assigned temp now. Temp what is the value? 10 is there. So now what at last what is the values there? What is the values here? So now num1. So num1 it is 20. So for your understanding, I am writing like this. So it is 20. Num2, what is the values are available here? Just see. Num2 values are 10.
10.
It is swapped or not? It is swapped now. Right? So now num2 it is 2. See, it's already no familiar program only, but try to understand. So what I'm telling here, you try to understand how it is swapped. What is the process involved here? That is what you have to understand. What is the process involved here? So that is what you have to understand. You have to connect this with the subjects. So now it is 10. The variable name is 20. Variable name is num2. Sorry. Take this one. So it is num2. Now swapped are the values are swapped now. What is the logic we applied here? So this is input values 10 and 20. Next we apply the procedure, the logic we applied here. After the logic we got the output. So this is the input. This one is input statement. This is the input part. This one is logic. This one is logic. This one is output. You got idea what I'm doing here? If you're not understanding also, I'll explain you later again. Try to understand because I am connecting our concept with this subject in particular programming. Right? So now we got an input that is 10 and 20 that stored in num1 and num2. This is input. Next what we done, we applied in the logic. We have a logic, right? How to swap these two values. So we introduce a new variable that is temp. In this temp, I first assign this 10 is the values I here. So when I assign this 10 values here, the num will be empty. So num will be empty means what I can do next? Num2 I assigned here. So num1 is empty now. Now num2 is having value 20, so that I assigned here. So now num1 is 20 assigned here. Next now num2 is free empty now. So what I can have? Already I taken a values and assigned in temp here 10 is there. Now I assign this 10 values to num2. So this is what the swapping. I will try to understand what is the process involved here. The process now get the inputs. So first process, what is that? You get the inputs. Next what you done? It is a logic. You find the exact logic. Not only this problem, like this many problems are there. Factorial numbers, finding the even numbers, finding the R numbers, prime numbers, Armstrong numbers, or any data structure, array structure, whatever you take it, addition of matrices, multiplication of matrices, whatever you program take it, you have to follow this procedure. That is why it's a procedure-oriented programming. Our procedure-oriented programming means you have to follow the procedure. All got an idea? What is procedure-oriented programming? You have to go into that steps, inputs, process, output. So what is the drawback in the procedure-oriented programming? Because procedure-oriented programming also, we are following with analysis and design. What analysis we done for this program? We written algorithm. Using this algorithm, we are trying to understand the problem clearly. For the algorithm means what? Step-by-step procedure. We written an English statement. Using that English statement, we understand the problem very clearly. What is the next step? Once we understand the problem, we put it in a diagram. That is a flow chart. So you can take the input, process it, and output. That flow chart also put it. Why? Because of this flow chart, to understand the problem very clearly. After understanding that, we try we already know that logic. So this is the logic we are going to apply. We finalize the logic also. Then we go for confidently writing the programming. The same process available in the industry also. The small example, you just compare in the industry what is happening. The small step for this problem, when they apply in the major problem, some of the big problem they are applying. The divide and conquer problem is there. Divide and conquer means what? Larger problem is divided into small problems. Each problem will be solved. Each problem will separately they solve and find a solution. So like this, larger problem is divided into small problem. So when you are sitting in the industry, you are taking the very complex problems. When they take the complex problem, you have to analyze it properly. What are the input you have to take it, right? Requirements, input requirements. What is the logic we have to apply? Now you cannot straight away apply any logic. It should be a proper logic. You take the ATM machines also. When you are putting the card in the IOP bank or SBI or ICICI bank, you see that the interface, everything is something different. Sometimes you are entering the PIN number first itself. Sometimes you are entering the PIN number at last also. Why this difference is there? Their inventions are something different. There are different inventors. They are thinking some complexity, some security mechanism they measure. That's why they are doing like this only. So that's why everything we can bring it through analysis only. So without analysis we cannot do. Even whenever you solve any problem, you will be doing analysis. You will not go straight away to go and fight with anything. You just do some analysis. This is what we have to do. This is what the plan. So this is what we have to do. You study in software engineering also prototyping. Prototyping you study because nobody will ready to invest money directly on the implementations. Because waste of money. Once you done, product is coming to the market. At that time will be when you face a lot of problem means whatever you spend money, everything waste. That's why they are very carefully, and this is called rational. Rationally you have to think. Rationally you have to think before you have to analyze the problem and come to the solutions. So that is why the small problem you take it in the C programming. Procedure means this is only. Void swap. We are passing two values into A into B. And here, so this is a function you written separately. This is a procedure, right? Separately, the logic I copied. Now what I have to do, I have to pass these values here. What's the values I have passed? I have called this function swap. Inside the swap, I have to pass these values. Number 1, original arguments. Number 2, these two values I have to pass because this is a function call. So I'm calling this function, whatever value I already received, number 1 and number 2, two values already assigned, right? You look at this one. Number 1, 10 is there, 20 is there. This is original argument. Actual argument I pass here. Now this function, the values are copied here. So here what happened? This 10 will be copied in A, and then num2 is copied in 10 here. So what I can here now, first value is A. So now instead of num1, I am taking value is A. And here in the place num1, instead of place of num1, I am taking A. Wherever num1 is here, I am taking value is A. And num2, I am taking the values B because from their values are copied here. Understand? Now it's B. And then this temporary variable I can declare here itself. I can declare temporary variable here itself. How I am converting this one? Let's look at this one. So now this is C. So I declare two variable num1 and then assign 10 and 20. Then I printed these values. After this, calling this function. Inside the function I am passing this num1 and num2. So what happened now? It's called this function. So after calling this function, what will happen? This 10 values and 20 values will be copied here. Now process will be done. So A will be assigned here. Then A is empty. Now B is assigned. Now B is empty. Now temp is assigned. Now at last I have to print these values. So what I can print? I can print these values here itself. So these steps I am copying here. So this function. So function means what? Set of action, a set of tasks. So here the flow, you see flow of actions. Swapping is done, then finally printing the values. So now it is done here. So now what happened here? This function will be called. Once the function is called, this whatever logic is applied here, the logic will be processed, then the value will be printed. Very simple. So the same program I convert using functions. Is there any other steps missed here? Now run this program, same output we will get. See. So what is the mistake is coming here? implicit function swap. Okay, void swap. You declare variable here itself. Void swap int comma int. So function declarations. So now you just again check here. Yeah, here this one num1 num2 we included here. So here we cannot print num1 num2. Here we have the values a and b. This is what compile how we are doing this debugging the program. Only num1 num2 is the main program we used, but here when you pass with the swapping, original argument is copied to formal arguments. It is a comma b. The same values are copied into a and b. So that a and will be processed here. So that will be printed here. So now again you run this program, you will get the output. So now you see this 10 and 20 is the initial values. After swapping the values, num1 is 20, num2 is 10. Now look at this one, how I return this function. Still, if you are not familiar with this program, just try to understand how I return this program. Allow me listen. Now you got idea. So now, what is procedure now? Now you can understand our programming concept here. Object-oriented analysis and design. I can explain with this program. So now what happened here? So here the same program, we return a procedure. Procedure means it will be executed one by one. It will be executed one by one. So even in the C program, what is the problem here? Debugging is not easy. Because we will write 1000 lines, 2000 lines code. But when you go for debugging, it is not at all easy. Because when you write 1000 line, 2000 line, you have to read line by line and then you have to understand. But now, the same thing, it is very easy in the object-oriented programming. The same code is divided into small programming. So small modules, it is easy. So the function also modular programming. You might be listening to this one, modular programming concepts. Modular programming means what? So this is a separate module. Like this, you can write separate module. Modular programming, larger programming is divided into small modules. That is called modular programming. Because the larger program we cannot understand very easily, it is not easy to debugging also. So that is why I written separately this function. But what happened here? We always used to say C programming always less security. So no say the security means the data, when the data is moving from here to here. For example, see from the swapping of value, swap function is called, there you pass the values. This value is moving to this outside of main function. Our values, when you value moving from here to here, the values will be leaked. So somebody can look at the values also. Somebody can misuse the values also. That is possible in the procedure-oriented programming. That is why it's a less security. When you study C++ and Java programming, there are variables. We have a private variable, we have a public variable. There is a production is done, product variable. There are different variables are there. Access specifiers are we are using. That is the most important. That's why the security enhanced there. That is why we are going one step ahead from the procedure-oriented programming to object-oriented programming, right? So